in to today's reading. I feel like for most of you this is about whether or not you are on the right path in your journey. But regardless, I have 3 piles as usual, and also as usual, feel free to pick 1, 2, or all 3 of the piles. And before I start on number 1, I have Etsy down below for personal readings, and Instagram for just their updates and other things I do as well. Alright, pile number 1. For those of you guys who chose the red jasper here. Okay, so the King of Thistles in reverse, starting off with this. So this card upright, I often see as someone, or sometimes see this as someone making a move towards something, especially with the heron's legs positioned like this. So sometimes I see this as the heron stepping out of the water, or a person moving out of the water and towards something. I know these herons or birds like these stand like this, but that is the energy that I'm getting. However, since it is in reverse, it feels like you guys are in something that you don't really enjoy, whether it's your job or the position that you're in, and it feels like you guys feel stuck here. But with Ace of Arrows in reverse and with the Queen of Bows, it feels like there's going to be some change coming. So Ace of Arrows or the Ace of Swords, it feels like you're going to start working on something that you want to do, and you might leave whatever this is behind. And like I said about the heron stepping out of the water, I see this hare also as someone I'm stepping forward to. So pretty much these two are in reverse of each other. We're going from a place where you feel stuck and you can't move, and then you're gonna have that change occur, or you're gonna make that change happen, and then you can start stepping forward into what you want to do. I feel like you're going to be drawn to something that you want to do, and whatever that is going to catch your attention, and you're going to be making that change because of that. So these affirmations here, these are pretty much different ways of saying that change is coming. With I allow distraction to make space for creation. This is saying to go for what you want to do. You may leave things behind. I am writing a new story. This is saying that you have full control of this. You dictate your life and where you want to go. I am deeply grounded, yet flow with the winds of change. However this change occurs, if you're doing something completely new, you're not sure if you're making the right decisions, this is saying that you got this, and you're more flexible, and you're more capable, than you think. For some of you, I feel like it's saying that you need to be more flexible and adaptable as well. So for the self-care oracle cards, this can be taken at face value, but with a rest card, I feel like this is saying that you can rest easy. The person here is sleeping, and the rainbow right next to them, I see this as their goals or their desires, so they're pretty much very relaxed, they're asleep, and they know that their goals are just right there. At the same time, this is also saying that you're the only one who can go for your goals, and the only person stopping you is you. So while this person is asleep, the only thing that you do is pretty much extend your arms, metaphorically speaking. So at the end of the day, even if you have all these obstacles, and even if things are a lot harder for you to reach, and I am speaking in a general sense, you can spend your time complaining or being very comfortable with where you are, or you can actually find solutions and actually reach your arm forward, again figuratively speaking, towards your goals. And I recently received a reading. I won't go into the details of it, but one part of it was about how stagnation can lead into deterioration, And there is a difference between being grateful for what you have and where you are, and being way too comfortable and not accepting any change. Beauty ritual is saying to look at what you've created and what you've done and to be proud of it, even if it's something small. Here it looks like the person is admiring their nails that they just painted. So this is saying to celebrate even the small victories and have that balance between working towards something that you want, but also taking time to see the progress that you made. So that was pile number 1. Moving on to pile number 2. Alright, pile number 2 with the lapis lazuli here. Okay, so we have Ace of Stones and the Wanderer in reverse, which is Ace of Pentacles and the Fool respectively. So these two together, it feels like with Ace of Stones, this is usually about lost opportunities, and the Fool card in reverse is not taking that leap of faith or that risk. So it feels like you guys, for you guys, this is kind of a warning for if you don't take that step forward, or if you continue to block yourself, then the Ace of Bows in reverse is going to be the result of that. Where if you continue to block yourself, or if you continue to go in this direction, it's like whatever goals or desires or plans you have aren't exactly going to be fulfilled because you're still stuck in this position. With the affirmation cards here, it feels like most of them are saying that I feel like most of it has to do with limiting beliefs, whether it's beliefs that you have within yourself. So we have I am my own sacred space, my authenticity elevates the truth in others, and I am brave enough to embrace my full potential, even when others don't approve or understand. And for others of you, it feels like for some reason you're afraid to make that step forward because you're either too comfortable, where you are right now, or you don't know what to expect. So we have my clarity lies in deep surrender, and I feel like some of you guys who choose number 2 might resonate with the first pile too. For some of you, I feel like your self-doubts might have come from other people, especially with embracing your full potential here. And with these cards here, it feels like this is saying to stop caring what other people think and to just do what you want to do, and at the same time with letting things surrender. So at the same time with letting things surrender, it feels like it's saying to just let things progress. I feel like there's too much resistance when it would just be easier to let things be. And yeah, for some reason it just feels like there's a lot of blockages there for whatever reason, when it would just be easier to just detach or just go with the flow instead of being worried about what other people think, or being worried about the outcome, or being too worried about what might happen along the journey. So with connect with the moon, so the person has a heart, or the person has a hand over the heart there, so it feels like it's saying to pause and connect with your guides. Pretty much I see, I guess, the moons as your guides, or representation of your guides, and you kind of taking the time to connect with them and to kind of see what the blockages are, or kind of see what you can do, or if you know what you want to do and you're just kind of afraid of going the journey, kind of with your guides and ask them for help as well. And then we have drink tea. So drinking tea is also finding that time to be still, to meditate, and tune into your higher self. And I feel like this is about clearing your blocks. I feel like this whole reading is about you clearing your blocks, and you just kind of not being so attached to what people think, as I said earlier, and not being so attached to what could possibly go wrong, because that is just feeding into why you are kind of stuck in this position. So for number 2, again, as I said earlier, I feel like you can benefit from watching number 1 as well, because there were some similar messages there. But just know that if you stay in this position, and if you're way too comfortable where you are, and I don't mean comfortable as in you're grateful for where you are, but just comfortable because you're afraid of change and you're just being stagnant, that can just lead to deterioration and you not really accomplishing what you want to accomplish. So that was pile number 2. Move on to pile number 3. Alright, pile number 3, for those of you guys who chose this amethyst pendulum here. Okay, so starting off with the Wildwood Tarot. So the challenge card here feels like you're interacting with someone, or you're interacting with something. It could be someone, but it feels like you're interacting with something that you're holding on to, and whatever this is taking you away from your true path. And it feels like you keep going back to whatever this is, even though in the end it is draining, which is what the tradition card is saying. And whatever you're dealing with is keeping you in a place where you kind of feel stuck there. You're not really seeing anything else. So it could be a position, or it could be something that you don't really enjoy, but for some reason you're still interacting with it, and you're not really seeing what is around you. You're not really seeing that that you need to step away from this. But maybe some of you have that feeling that you need to step away from this, but for some reason you're still in this position where you are. So this is also kind of another warning card for this pile. So this still has the energy of someone moving forward, but if you continue to interact with what this is, or if you continue to attach yourself to this, you're eventually just going to go back to it. So if you move on from this, you have to completely just move away from this. So I see this still card as someone who's taking that step forward, or they're moving forward, but at the same time they're looking back. And this is saying that the more you attach yourself to this, the more you're in this energy, in this position, then it's just going to be you not really moving away from it, not really moving on from it. It could be someone, but I feel like for a lot of you, it's more of a position that you're in. So with our affirmations here, I feel like these all relate to letting go in some way. With I release attachment to the outcome and choose to enjoy the journey. I'm letting go of achievements and erasing alignment. These feel like you have a goal or desire in mind, but instead of enjoying the journey, it's like you're trying to get something right or perfect before moving on. For others of you, it feels like you're too focused on achieving something instead of being happy with your own progress. With as I release the past, I awaken possibility and allow my true essence to be revealed. What this is could be a situation, maybe a person, but at the core of it, it feels like there's some kind of limiting belief that keeps you here. Again, with the situation here, and by letting this go, you're allowing more space for new opportunities to come in, and by not being stuck here, you're going to be more open to more possibilities. So with our self-care card, we have connect with crystals. You don't have to go out and buy crystals, but it is saying to connect with something that makes you feel abundant, not necessarily in terms of money, although that could be for some of you, but more in terms of knowing that you have enough, and knowing that you are enough, and knowing that you have the strength to move away from whatever this situation is. And It's a saying that to connect with something, and you know that you have the strength to move away from this. So these crystals are pink, so that could be like rose quartz or rhodonite. I don't know any other pink crystals off the top of my head, but pink crystals are usually associated with self-love. So this could be about connecting with self-love and having the power to move away from whatever this situation is. And with Make a Vision Board, this feels like that you should have something that you're going forward, or that you can go towards, or having a goal in mind, so you can have that motivation to go towards something. Maybe for some of you, you don't really feel the need to move away from this subconsciously, because there's no outside desires out there for you. Some of you may already have these desires and these goals, but by saying what they are visually instead of thinking about them or just having them in your mind, there's something about writing down your goals or having a vision board that makes it more likely for you to work on these goals. I also see this as someone posting their achievements and what makes them happy. So even if they're small goals or small accomplishments, so take time to appreciate that and appreciate how far you have gone. So when I said to not focus on your achievements or not focus so much on achieving things, I meant to not focus so much on your goals or desires to the point that you're obsessed with them. So have that goal, have the desire, and put it out there, but don't obsess over it. I guess the analogy would be checking your stock markets every day, or checking your stocks every single day, or every single minute, or every second. So chances are that if you're not familiar with how the stock market works, not that I do, is other than the very basics, but I know it's kind of common for people to be emotional when the stocks go down. So this is saying that the more you detach away from this, you're not going to be so emotionally invested in this. And if there's anything that goes wrong, or if there's a little bit of slip up, you're not going to be that affected, because you're going to be in alignment with your goals. You're going to be in that vibration where you're going to be in alignment, and you're not going to really be affected by just little slip ups here and there. So overall, celebrate small achievements, small goals, and celebrate your progress, but don't be so obsessed with your goals and your desires to the point that you're not really allowing things to happen.